So maybe you got a job at the Cleveland Clinic or University Hospital. Maybe you're coming to Cleveland because you're going to be going to Case Western Reserve University, or maybe you just want to find a hip place to live in Cleveland. Well, in today's video, we are checking out University Circle. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Living in Cleveland. I'm Patty sells CLE, and I make videos about all things West Side, East Side, and even down south. And you know the drill. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps out my channel so that you can get access to all of my videos. I put them out every week. And let's get started. Okay, University Circle. I have not done a video on University Circle. I've done a video on Little Italy, which is part of University Circle, and I've probably done a video on some of the museums and all that sort of stuff that's going on in University Circle, but I've not done a specific video on University Circle. So today we are going at it. Okay, here's some things I want to talk about University Circle. First of all, where is it? Well, it's just east of downtown Cleveland. In fact, the easiest way to get to it from downtown Cleveland is just to get on the, was it Route 2, the Shoreway, going east and get off at MLK Boulevard, Martin Luther King Boulevard. I have a video of it up here, the exit getting off, especially if you're coming from the airport, you're gonna be taking that way, and go up through the beautiful International Gardens of MLK Boulevard, and that's gonna drop you off right in the heart of University Circle. University is so cool because there's just so much going on there. The heritage, the culture, the medical facilities, the educational institutions that are there. It's just a hot spot. Even if you're a far West Sider, as I am, if you're from way down south or way out east, University Circle is just kind of that hub where everyone gets together because it's the home of the museums. It's a Little Italy, hello. You have the VA Medical Center. You have University Hospital, which is a huge hospital system in Cleveland that also houses Rainbow Babies and Children, where I went when I was a little child. I was very ill. And it's also just a stone's throw away from Cleveland Clinic main campus, which is a world-renowned hospital system. So right off the bat, let's talk about housing. If you're going to be a student, now of course if you're a freshman at Case, you're going to be in the dorms, but probably your junior year, you're going to be looking for an apartment or someplace close to live that's nearby to all your classes, but you might be working at University Hospital, which is right across the street from Case, right in the middle of it, or maybe you have a job at the Cleveland Clinic main campus, and which is so close, you could almost walk to it. So let's talk about housing. Now there are places you can buy, but for the most part, people do rent there because they're transient. They don't know if they're going to be, if they're a student, obviously they're transient, but if they're a traveling medical professional, they need some rentals and they don't really want to purchase. But now that there are obviously things you can purchase in University Circle. There's beautiful brand new condominiums, townhouses, all that sort of thing. They're going to cost you. They're going to go up between $600,000 and $800,000. But for this video, I think most people are interested in renting. And as a real estate professional, I usually don't deal with rentals, but for University Circle, for the people who are going to want to live there in these sort of, students, transient medical professionals, you're probably going to want to rent. So I do have a map up here, and you can see where University Circle is over here. I'm going to point to it. And then you see that little pink area. That's the Cleveland Clinic campus. And this screenshot is from Zillow, and it has all of the rental opportunities in the area all the way. I mean, you could look how many there are. And I just took this today. So if you look towards the Cleveland Clinic, they do get much more expensive because we drove by, and you're going to see it in the video. I drive right by it. To be able to walk across the street and be at work, you're going to pay for it. But they're beautiful, brand new buildings. I think I looked at one, and it's about $1,800 a month for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. But you have all the amenities you need when you're not at work. You have a gym. You have an in-unit washer and dryer. 24-hour, I think there's a person, what they call the concierge is right there. So 24-hour security, it's safe. You don't have to worry about anything. It's close to everything. What I like about where Cleveland Clinic is, there's a rapid, and I think I did a video on the transit, RTA, Rapid Transit Authority. That's our public transportation. You can get downtown in about 10 minutes. You can take an Uber and be in Little Italy in less than 5 minutes. So it's very centrally located. Obviously, when you're in the closer to the university case, you could get a dumpy little apartment, but they're so cute. They're all brick buildings for about $1,200 a month for a 1-bedroom. So the range is all over the place. Whether you're looking for student housing or more professional housing, the housing is there. All right, so another reason people flock to University Circle is because they're going to Case Western Reserve University. And Case is one of the most affluent, and it's very highly regarded educational institutions, higher level learning in the state of Ohio and even across the country. It's very elite. Not anybody can get into Case. In fact, I went to an all-girls private school, and the girls that got into Case, we were like, whoa, fancy pants, you got into Case. My cousin actually went to Case, loved it there. She's now a midwife. Case, I always think of Case as future nurses, doctors, and lawyers. So there you have it. And everybody I know that went to Case is either now a dentist, a nurse, a doctor, or a nurse practitioner, or a lawyer. So there you go. So very highly regarded, and it's cool to be a Case. Now, I went to John Carroll, which is right down the street. But when I was a freshman, for some reason, I don't know, I guess John Carroll was boring. We would take, well, I don't know how we got there. Well, I guess we had a car. We would drive to Case, and we would hang out at the Fiji house with these fraternity brothers, and we had a blast with them. So lots going on. It's just so cool if you're a part of Case. You know, we were driving around yesterday, and you know, kids had their backpacks on, but they're going across the street and they're having lunch at these cool spots, or they're walking up the hill into Little Italy and having a piece of pizza for lunch in awesome Little Italy. So really cool college, right in the heart of Cleveland. I mean, just to be able to walk across the street and go to the Museum of Art. Which brings me to my next thing that I love about University Circle, and that's the museums. And as I mentioned, going into the Museum of Art, the beautiful thing about the Museum of Art, it's free. It's one of the best art museums in the country, and it is absolutely free. So definitely take advantage. Even if you're in town for a weekend and you're scoping out Cleveland, go check out the Museum of Art. It's beautiful, and they've added on to it. The grounds are gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Another museum that's extremely popular is the Museum of Natural History, and I think in the video you'll see it. I've driven around it several times. It's got indoor areas, it's got outdoor areas. Super, super awesome. When my kids were little, my parents had yearly passes for it so that they could take the kids anytime, and my kids loved it. They have what's that thing called? A planetarium where you can see all the stars. Super, super cool. When I was an inner city Cleveland school teacher, we used to take our kids every year for a field trip, and it was like the highlight of their year. When are we going to the Natural History Museum? All right, University Circle's also home to botanical gardens, which is really cool. I don't know, you have to pay to get in to see a bunch of flowers, so if that's your thing, you're gonna love it. Hey, you're gonna love it. We have a children's museum. My favorite museum is the Western Reserve Historical Society and the Crawford Auto Museum, and they are connected. So I think you could pay for one or the other. You get a ticket for both because they're all in the same building. I actually, when I was in high school, I went to the St. Ignatius High School prom, and it was held in the Crawford Auto Museum, which was super, super cool because they had all these fancy tables intermixed between all these fancy cars. Really, really cool. But my favorite museum was always the Western Reserve Historical Society because it's pretty much built into a mansion. And one of the floors, you can actually walk around and, well, obviously it's roped off, but you can see the different rooms and how people actually lived back in the 1800s. Super, super cool. And of course, when I was a little kid, my favorite, they have this huge dollhouse, which was like, it was like a miniature version of the mansion that this family lived in. And I had a dollhouse when I was little, and so did my best friend Mary, and we were obsessed with miniatures. So that was always my favorite museum as a kid. And we would, either my mom would take us or my best friend Mary's mom would take us every year without fail. We had to go to the Western Reserve Historical Society. So when you're walking around, checking out all these museums, you're gonna see in the middle, and I didn't really get a chance to do it because I was on the wrong side of the car, but in the middle, because they're all, guess what? It's called a circle for a reason. It's called Wade Oval. So all these museums are in a circle, and in the middle, it's called Wade Oval. And right now it's right after Christmas, so they still have the ice rink up. And normally I'll get to this event. They hold it, it's like usually the first or second weekend in December. It's called Holiday Walk at Wade Oval. And what's awesome about it is they have all the museums open. And it used to be you could get in for free. And the one year we literally went into every single museum for free. But I think since after the pandemic, I think they do charge like $3 or $4, maybe even $5 to get into all of the museums. But actually that is quite a deal because some of these museums are like $20 to get into. So yeah, the Wade Oval, they do all kinds of events, and especially during the summer months, they have the parade around the circle. They have they dress up in these big, huge costumes. They have concerts, all kinds of different stuff going on in the summertime. So always something to do in University Circle. You know, and my favorite day, in fact, I almost convinced my husband to do it yesterday, was like, hey, let's stop at the Museum of Art, walk around the museum, and then let's go get lunch in Little Italy. Like that literally is my favorite thing to do, except it was Monday and all the restaurants were closed. And plus it's January and we are not eating Italian food at this point. All right, now let's get to the fun part. Shopping, eating, and nightlife. Okay, we got it all covered in University Circle. First of all of those museums have super, super cool gift shops, if you're into that, all day long. Cool stuff. You go up, you just walk around uptown, which I did not explain, that University Circle is actually made up of 3 different little areas. First one's University Circle proper, which is right around where the museums are, right where Case is. But then when you go up towards Euclid, it's called Uptown. And you'll see it in the video. All the little restaurants are called Uptown this, Uptown that. That's where all your little restaurants are, all your little international spots. You have bars, you have, places where you can hear music. And then if you go up Mayfield Road, so we have University Circle, Uptown, and then you go up Mayfield Road, like 2 blocks, you go underneath this little, I think it's a train bridge, you're in Little Italy. So that's the 3rd area because Little Italy is in Cleveland. Now, you'll see in the video, I go a little bit further because let's face it, right up the street into Cleveland Heights, as soon as you get to the top of Mayfield Road, the little hill there, you're in Cleveland Heights, but 2 blocks away is Coventry Road. It is not part of University Circle, but if you are going to be spending any time in University Circle, if you're gonna be living there, you're gonna hit up Coventry because that's where all the cool hip stuff is. You want a good grinder sandwich, go to Grum's. Mongolian barbecue is there. There's like live venues to hear concerts. So even though it's not part of University Circle, you gotta check out Coventry. Okay, food. I talked about all the little spots, all your little international spots, but you gotta go to Little Italy. I mean, come on, you're living right there. I would eat there every day if I could. And it was tough driving up the street and not stopping because that was our bucket list. This Christmas was like, where do we want to eat before we start doing, January and getting on our, 2024 New Year's resolutions. And the one thing we wanted to do was go to my favorite place is Trattoria. That's just my personal spot. I've always loved it there, but we couldn't get reservations. So no Little Italy for us back in December, but the food is amazing. Go to Corbo's, the bakery, and get yourself a cannelloni, what are they called? Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. I can't remember what the name is. I'll have to put it in there. Trattoria. I love their eggplant parm. There's just so many places. Mia Bella, Guarino's. I can't even go on and on. Mama Santa's for pretty good pizza. Super cheap date. And also the art galleries in Little Italy. And I've done a whole video on Little Italy because you could just spend a whole day there. There's art galleries, there's shops, there's little taverns. Just go there, check it out. So there you have it. University Circle, one of my favorite places in all of Cleveland. Even though it's on the east side, it's easily accessible. Granted, it's not right off the highway, but going up MLK, it's no big deal. I live 30 minutes west on the outskirts of Lorain County, almost into Erie County. We don't think anything of driving down there. We did it yesterday. It takes us like 40 minutes to get there, all highway. And like I keep saying about Cleveland traffic, there isn't any. Especially if you're going in the middle of the day. Obviously, rush hour, you might have a little bit of slowdown here and there. But overall, we didn't have any traffic. We were there. I filmed all around University Circle, and then I did another suburb. We were home in 3 hours. And we took our time, explored everything. So, easy to get to. I highly recommend you check out University Circle. And if you're moving to the Cleveland area, thinking about moving to the Cleveland area, not sure where to turn to me. All my info's down below. This is what I do. This is my passion. I love my city. I've lived here my whole life, and I love helping people find a place to live in Cleveland. And until next time, enjoy University Circle.